From John Fitzpatrick Gymnasium at South River High School, TV 35 Sports is proud to bring you South River High School girls basketball. Today, the opening round of the Greater Middlesex County Conference Tournament with your Lady Rams versus the Lady Blue Jays of Middlesex. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Art Lundensky, along with the voice of South River Sports, Fred Roselli.
Good afternoon, Art. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a good game. You got the 7-seed South River Rams playing against the 10-seed Middlesex Blue Jays. And this game is no tomorrow for one of these two squads. It's one and done. The winner of this game will go on to play the winner of the Monroe-Dunellen game, and they will play, South River or Middlesex will play on Saturday at 1:30 in New Brunswick. Today's matchup is a very interesting matchup. I had the opportunity to speak with Coach Mike Carlin. He's in his 4th season with the Blue Jays, and he was very candid. He says, my girls got hot at the right time. They're coming in with a record of 18-2, very similar to South River. Earlier on in the season, they lost a 6-point game to Spotswood, and the very next day at 1 o'clock had to play Bridgewater and lost them back-to-back. Very similar to the Rams, lost to South Amboy, then turned around and lost to J.P. Stevens back-to-back. Their squad and the key for today's game, I think, is going to be twofold. A, Middlesex loves full-court man press. If they can go full court and stop the Rams or give the Rams trouble, that can set the tone. The other big thing is Coach Carlin indicates he can go at least 8-9 players deep, and he's very comfortable. Whichever squad comes out shows some consistency, and we know what the Rams are. They can come out and put 15 up a quarter or 15 up 3 out of 4 quarters, Art, and have that one bad quarter. A bad quarter will do you in today.
Absolutely. And these two teams could see each other again in the Group 1 playoffs.
Absolutely.
I believe South River is seeded 1 and Middlesex is seeded 2.
Key players that you're going to see today, Tori Schweitzer, number 12 for the Blue Jays, is averaging about 14 points a game. And also Zakia Beckles, she's averaging about 12 points a game. They're coming off a victory against Metuchen earlier this week, 47-31, where Beckles put up 13 points. But right now we're going to go to our national anthem. We're going to go right into our introductions, and we'll be starting out with the Middlesex Blue Jays first. The two squads. Here we go. For Middlesex, number 12, Tori Schweier, a senior guard. Number 2, Gina Santoro. Number 14, Rosie Garino, a junior forward. Number 3, Zakia Beckles, a junior guard. And number 24, Irene Matosis. Now for the South River Rams. Number 22, Alyssa Barry, senior guard, 5'4". Number 4, Alyssa Andrachik, our senior forward, 5'9". Number 34, Leah Bass, sophomore center. Number 10, Allison Silva, senior forward. Last but not least, number 5, Gabby Harris, junior guard, and our newest member of the 1,000-point club for the Rams. Our Blue Jays are going to go out full court press. We know the Ram likes the full court press. Whoever's going to execute better is going to prevail on this game.
And in a physical game like this, Fouls are going to be very important.
Fouls are important.
A player gets in foul trouble for either team, it could make a change. Looking at the starters for Middlesex, I think South River
has the edge. On size. Now, according to Coach Carlin, he says, I can go relatively deep with my squad. That tells you that he's got a number of players. I always ask every coach, 5 seconds left, down by 2, a go-to player. And he looked me straight in the eye and he says, I have 5 or 6 girls that have been really hot the last 3-4 games. I can go to any one of them. That's telling me he's got a lot of confidence in his squad. We know Coach Feaster's very confident.
A good game.
Well, we're going to find that out because there's no more talking now. In a matter of seconds, we're going to go from talking a game to playing a game, and the only thing that counts are the scores up on the board. Here we go. We're underway with our opening round here. Ball's tapped away. Ball into the hands of Barry. Coach Carlin, I asked him, what do you feel you got to do to stop the Rams? He was very candid. He says, we got to come out. We got to turn around and control or limit Durar and Barry. We got to come off, get points. I'm sorry, not Durar. Harris, I apologize. We got to turn around, get points off of the rebounds, and make it happen. Quick turnover there by the Rams. They'll work the ball up. That's going to be number 3.
South River looks like they're in a 1-2-2 zone.
That's Zakia Beckles, number 12. They send it down here into the corner, back to Beckles. Beckles will bring it right back around. You notice a lot of similarity. Work the perimeter for that open player. Beckles takes it, drives it in, puts up, and here's the first basket of the game. It appears they're going right to a man. Yep, they're playing man over here for the Blue Jays. Cross court.
2 turnovers.
Yeah, not what the Rams are going to want. They got to come out and play solid 4 quarters. Traditionally, the last 3-4 games, the Rams come out slow the first 2-3 minutes and then explode. So there's a lot of time on that clock. Beckles looks around. Move the perimeter, looking for a player to come up here. All the way down into the far corner. There's a shot that goes up. It's going to be no basket, hit the top. Rams will take possession. That shot was by Tori Schweyer.
Even though they play full, I noticed a lot of their scores were in the 40s.
Yes, and the Rams have been able to put them up into the 60s. So it's going to tell you a lot. I think the Rams will have to put up, there's a quick deuce. That was by Silva. She gets on the board for the Rams.
And that's what they need, someone who doesn't normally score.
Exactly.
To give them some output.
Well, the other thing you have is Middlesex is keying on the 2 players, Harris and Barry. So these other players, if they pick up, it's going to loosen up the game for them. They like working that perimeter also. Give it to what they feel, one of their big girls. Other corner, shot up for a 3. No good, and a rebound there. Knocked out of bounds, and the Rams will take possession. 6:05 on the clock. Again, slow start for the Rams. 2 minutes into the game, only 2 points up on the board. Middlesex plays a much slower pace in the sense of scoring, just like you had pointed out earlier.
Oh, pretty play.
Nice play on that, and Harris up on the board also. 5:44 on the clock. Rams with a 4-2 lead right now. They feed it down here into the corner. Bring it back up. Beckles brings it back up over to the other side. They want the fast movement to try to get the Rams out of position, or a matchup a little different. Back into the corner. Shot goes up for the 3 off the rim. No good. Good
job.
Rebound. Excellent rebound here by Bass. Rams will bring it back the other way. Tried to feed that, maybe one pass too many off the fingertips of Bass. 5:09, 4-2 only. Here's the Rams going to their full court press. See if it gives the Blue Jays some problems here. Usually the squads that run a full court press usually handle it relatively well. They like putting the ball into the hands of Beckles.
And knocked away by the Rams.
She's apparently one of the floor leaders for them. Beckles gets it, looks around. They go right back down into the corner. Rotate it, look for that open player. Barry right away came up on her. Very interesting style of play right now. Takes it end to end, and we're knotted up at 4 apiece. That basket was good by Schweyer, number 12. 4.5 on the clock. Harris sends it out. Barry with the ball up and drains a deuce. And Rams back in the lead with a 6-4. Work the ball around, send it to the outside. Beckles puts this one up, and she drains a 3. All right, that's the 5th time we've either had a tie or a lead change here in the game in the first 4 minutes. That's going to be our first foul of the game on number 3, Zakiya Beckles, her first and the team's first. We know it's going to be a tight game.
Oh, yeah.
Back and forth, all these players. I'm looking how they match up size-wise. With the exception of Bass, they match up relatively well. Ball into the hand. You give her a little opening. Harris will take it all the way in. She puts up for the 3 off the rim. Here they come. See if they pull it back. Yep. Smart play. Put it back into the hands of their floor captain. Look around. 3:40 on the clock. We got a 7-6 ball game right now in the hands of Middlesex with an opportunity to extend.
Traveled.
Good call.
Good job that time by Harris, making her change her direction.
3:33 on the clock. Here comes the full court press by the Blue Jays. Picking them up full court. Rams easily penetrate. Come back into the hands of Harris. She'll look around. I think they really want to take advantage of Bass while they got the height differential right now. There it is. They gave it to her. Puts it up. It's going to go to the line shooting on that one.
Leah's got to get some of those to drop.
Foul's going to be on number 2. That's Gina Santora, her first and the team's second. 7-6 in favor of the Blue Jays with 3:15 left on the clock. First one no good. Second one is good. So we're knotted back up, 7 apiece. Beckles calls the play out, gets it quick to the inside. Shot goes up, we're gonna get a foul, see if it's on Andrachik or Bass. That's gonna be an Andrachik. That'll be her first and the team's first. Shot is up and good. That's number 14, Rosie Garino. And the second one is also good. Got it into Bass once again. She's got to keep that ball up high. Andrachik down in the corner to Gabby Harris. 3-second lane violation. So Middlesex with another opportunity here. Biggest lead we've had, I think, has been 2.
Yep.
Possibly 3 tops. And we anticipated it's a brand new season. You can throw records out, style of play. All that goes out the window when you get to the playoffs. Shot up and good. Number 14, Rosie Garino with another deuce in here and extends it to the biggest lead of the game right now, 11-7, 4-point advantage. Off the fingertips, another turnover. Rams just have to play their game, Art. They just got to play their game. When you're into playoffs, you want to force that other squad to have to change their style. Whoa, good quick play, almost steal by Andrachik. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound by Andrachik, gets it over to Harrison. They're going to push it right back down court. Good quick play on that one. Tori Schweyer from behind knocked it away not once but twice. Under 2 to go here, 11-7 in favor of the Blue Jays. Rams easily inbound the ball. Shot up, no good. Rebound. Controlled by the Blue Jays. Got rid of it before she went down on here. They'll regroup and they'll work the perimeter again. Shot up from the outside, no good. Ball tapped around. Good follow on that one by Beckles. And we got the biggest lead of the game, up to 6. And I think if Rams have another turnover, you may catch a quick timeout by Coach Feaster. Somebody's got to come. Good heads-up play by Andrachik. It's a 30-second timeout called by South River with 1:13 on the clock. We got a 13-7 lead. And all all scoring by 3 players for Middlesex. Beckles leading all scorers right now with 7, 4 points for Garino and a deuce for Schweyer.
Yeah, South River has Barry, Silva, and Harris each with a bucket and a foul shot for Bass.
Little surprise.
Early on, this is the best team that South River has faced this year.
Absolutely. You got to realize the 7 and 10 seed, one loss can make that difference. And right now you're looking at a team 20-2 versus a team 18-2. So there are no tomorrows. Both squads earned their way here. Similarities like we talked about.
Yeah, Middlesex very deliberate.
Yep.
Works the ball around well and gets high percentage shots.
It's obvious they've been scouting. Both coaches by this point certainly would scout one another, so we know what's going to go on. They put the ball into the hands of Harris. Harris looks around over to Barry. Barry, got to watch that 5-second. Even though there's a height differential, I give kudos out to Rosie Garino. She's trying her best to not let Bass get the ball. Shot up, no good. Tapped around, and a Blue Jays comeback once again with under a minute to go and a lead by 6.
They do a nice job.
Oh, look at this, Art.
Boxing out
Didn't mean to interrupt you on that one,
That's
but they
all right.
caught somebody sleeping in it when they got that over to Garino. 35 on the clock, and the Rams down by 8. Could be one of the biggest deficits the Rams have had this year. And that's going to be a foul, I think on number 13. No, they're going to indicate that foul's on number 12. That's going to be Tori Schweyer. That'll be her first and the team's third. Once again, that'll send Leah Bass to the line. Should be shooting 2. First one, no good. Second one, no good, and a rebound taken by the Blue Jays. 26 on the clock, so they got time to bring it down. Travel, she slid that foot. She knew it. And I noticed their coach has his jacket off already. He's pacing.
He's working hard.
He's working, doing what he has to. Get the ball into the hands of Barry. Got plenty of time on the clock. Scramble for the ball. They're going to call it as a jump ball going the other way with exactly 9 seconds left.
And Bass comes up limping.
She hobbled a little bit. Hopefully just a little twist or something. She seems to be all right now. She's got to work on her advantage of being up here.
Sure did the job. There's that foul on Harris.
Yeah, it's going to be her first and the team's second.
Sure did a good job holding South River to 7 points.
I think that may be one of the few times Rams have been held this low.
Yeah.
4.2, they can get it in, maybe 1 or 2 dribbles. There's a real long one. And that one's going to end our first quarter of play with the score. Middlesex Blue Jays 15, South River Rams 7. Leading all scorers, as we indicated earlier, Beckles with 7, got 6 points for Garino, and a deuce for Schweyer, and they're 2 for 2 from the foul line.
South River has Barry with 2, Silva with 2, and Harris with 2, Bass with 1, and they're 1 for 4 from the line.
Or as was anticipated, it's going to be a back and forth game here. Rams caught a little bit of a cold spell. Both squads started out real slow. both started to pick the pace up, and then they were able to shut the Rams down here for about the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, South River just has to chip away at it.
Exactly. Turnovers have been the big difference. Rams had more turnovers than Middlesex, but the Rams just got to stay composed and play their game. They got to force Middlesex to come and play Rams-style ball. Up to now, Middlesex has been able to play their game, and it's worked very well for them. Seems like we got the same matchups by the players. Work the ball around. Barry there gets it over to Andrachik. As you look at the floor, everything matches up well with the exception of Bash. She's the only one that's taking control.
They're doing a nice job on the defensive boards.
Absolutely. On that one,
giving South River one shot.
Well, on that one, if you notice, they boxed out. Shot up, scramble. There goes Aaliyah Bass. Gets it over to Harrison. They're going to push right back down court. This is the style of ball the Rams like to play. Almost got the steal. Wow, a turnover, not what the Rams wanted there.
Yeah, I saw Coach Feaster telling him to just calm down.
Yep, play their game. Forget about the score. You go out there, you play your game. The baskets will come, without a doubt. They feed this one down to the corner.
Knocked away by Silva, good job.
And here's our first substitution of the game. Coming in is going to be number 23. That's going to be Devin Izzy. And at the same time as you see that, you'll also see Garrett coming in. She comes in for Silva. Work the ball around. Got this one to the inside, send it back out. Beckles feeds it over to the other side, dishes it off. Up top of the key. Beckles puts it up for a three, no good, but Andrachik comes down with it. Oh, got a turnaround takeaway on that one. Oh, did not capitalize on it. Got a 3-on-2, and the Rams have really done a nice job there. Nice job to stop them there. They thought that was going to be an easy basket. That would have been a big one. Would have put it into a double-digit lead.
Andrachik worked real hard that time.
Oh, excellent play. Excellent play. They feed it out there once again. Shot up from the corner. That one's good. That's number 12, Tori Schweyer once again. And we now got our first double-digit lead of the game, 17-7. Rams have been kept off the scoreboard for a little while here. Could see the intensity on the faces of all the players.
Harris.
Oh, did not drop.
Get their own rebound, though.
I can't get it to drop right now. That foul's going to be on number 13.
That's Maura Phillips.
That'll be her first and the team's fourth. First shot good. So Gabby Harris breaks that ice, that little bit of a cold spell the Rams had. Oh, rims in and out. And here they come. If they can bring it up, they're going to push it.
Obregon in for Bass right now.
They like that quick pass and try to get the Rams off their game. Travel violation. They know it. Another substitution coming in is going to be number 15.
Laura Pundock.
So Coach Carlin said I can go easily 8-9 deep, and he certainly has. Rams easily get it up over midcourt. Shot from the outside by Garrick. That's something the Rams needed. A spark by a player. We know how hot she's been these last 4 or 5 games, but that's what the Rams needed. And a quick turnaround, takeaway. Over there to Barry. Barry takes it, tries to put it up. No good. Here they come, right back up court. Izzy with the ball up top of the key, dishes it off. Schweyer with the ball. Back cross court, they look around.
One thing, they all handle the ball well.
Yep. Well-disciplined squad here.
Takeaway by Garrick.
4:50 on the clock. 17-11. That's going to anticipate it's going to be on number 2, Gina Santoro. If it is, that'll be her second foul. Yep, that's going to be her second and the team's 5th. And I see Jesse Schmidt coming in. And they didn't let Beckles rest too much. She's already right back in. Now the matchups are about even on size. Get it in here to Harris. Harris looks around, brings it back out. Looks for the pick. Puts it up, no good. Oh, nice play on that one by Obregon. Again, Rams cannot finish it off. We're under 4.5 to go. Rams down by 6, 17-11. Bring the ball back around. It'll work that perimeter. Took that one up. There it is. Basket's up and good. Basket by number 15.
That's Pundock.
Eight-point lead. Looks like they're trying to spread it out, get a one-on-one situation here for Harris. There's the shot. Goes up and good. Nice play by Harris, finishing it off, getting that lead back down to 6.
She's got 5.
Beckles dishes off. You notice how they like that quick pass, working it around. Shot up and good. Only a deuce, though. That basket was good by Devin Izzy. Get the lead back up to 8 as we approach the 3.5-minute mark. They've played this man, and they've done a nice job with it. And a quick timeout, another 30-second timeout called by Coach Feaster on that one. 3:18 on the clock with the score 21-13. Art, without looking in the scorebook, I don't think there's been a single game this year where the Rams have gone 2 quarters under double digits.
No, I don't think so.
They have had one occasionally, but this one's a tight one. They only got 6 points up here in the second quarter.
For each team.
For each team, and you got 3:18 left on the clock. But it's like you said, the traditional scores for Middlesex is in the 40s, so they're right on pace. We are certainly nowhere near pace with the Rams. We've seen them put 60 to 70 points up on the board on occasion, at least 50.
Bass is back in now, and Barry's back in.
So right now, with the exception of Garrick, it's 4 or 5 starters, and Garrick coming in. I thought that spark when she drained that 3 was going to make a difference, and the Rams were going to maybe get a little bit of a run there, but it just didn't come to fruition. Harris looks around, puts it up, and gets a 3. That's the kind of shots they need. 21-16, exactly 3 minutes left to go here in the first half.
Passover needs a turnover, though.
Back down here into the corner. Shot up, no good. They get the rebound from the other side by Beckles, and she drains a 3. So puts it back up to 8, 24-16 with 2:40 left on the clock here in the first half. That's going to be a blocking foul on Beckles. That's a big plus for the Rams.
That'll be her second.
That's why I said that's a big plus for the Rams. Will he keep her in or pull her out with 2:35 left on the clock? Non-shooting foul.
Getting somebody up, so.
Turnover, not what the Rams needed. 2.5, Rams down by 8, 24-16. Beckles puts this one up and gets a 3 from the other side. Art, I am very impressed on the ball movement by Middlesex. Very quick passes. They'll go end to end, cut to the middle. up biggest lead of the game. 11-point lead, 27-16.
Beckles with 13.
No, Beckles had a big game the other day, earlier this week against Metuchen. There was a 47-31 victory, and she was able to put up, I think it was 13 points. Yep, 13 points she put up on a board. .212 on the clock. No changes in personnel by the Lady Rams. I think Middlesex has already gone 9 players deep. Rams have gone 8, so that's not been any of a factor here.
Now it looks like they're maybe a box and 1 now.
We'll catch that pretty quick. Oh, that's a 3 for Barry. The Rams get it back down to 8.
Rams with 12 points this quarter.
There's one from the outside, doesn't drop.
Boxing out Bass to beat the band. I think that's going to be on Garrick. No?
Calling out on number 22. That's going to be on Barry on a reach-in.
Okay, her
That'll
first.
be her first.
Team third. Should be a non-shooting foul.
All right, I think this quarter we've really drained to 3. Yeah, 3 threes. Shot no good for the 3. Here come the Rams. Got it into the hands of Barry. Barry pushes it up court. Nice play. Oh, real nice play. Got it over there. Bass didn't finish that one off, and here comes the Blue Jays with 1:13 on the clock. Dished it off. Didn't go. Bass with the big rebound on that one. Back over to Harris. All the way up court. Got it over there to Andrejczyk, and the basket's good.
Excellent pass by Garrick that time.
And an opportunity to make it a 3-point play. That foul's going to be on number 23. That's Devin Izzy. Her first, team 7th. But you'll be going for the 3-point play on here by Andrejczyk. And the Rams will be in the bonus for the last minute here.
Rams aren't shooting good from the free throw line tonight.
Not traditional. Not the tradition for them. They've been extremely strong shooting from the foul line. A lot of time on the clock, 41 seconds. Going to call a foul. It's going to be non-shooting foul. That's going to be on number 34. That's on Aaliyah Bass.
Her first.
It's only the team's fourth, so they still got 2 fouls to go. I see Garrett coming back out. Silva's back in. 28 on the clock. Got a feeling they're just trying to work it for 1.
Oh,
nice play by Bass. That was clean. Got 9.6 on the clock. Blue Jays with the ball. Got to stay cognizant of the clock here.
Look for Beckles. She's not in right now.
I was going to say, you don't have to worry about for Beckles. I can tell you where she was. So they put it in here at the end. I think that was number
Schreier.
Yep, Schreier again. And we end the first half of play with Middlesex Blue Jays 29, South River Rams 21. Give you some of the scores here. We had a 14-14 even quarter there. Leading all scorers, we got 13 points for Beckles, 6 points for Schreier, 6 points for Garino, 2 points for Pundick, 2 points for Izzy. And right now, they're still 2 for 2 from the foul line.
South River's led by Gabby Harris with 8, followed by Alyssa Barry with 5, 3 for Mackenzie Garrick, 2 for Andrejczyk and Silva, and 1 for Bass. They're 2 for 7 from the line.
We'll be right back after this break with the balance of this ball game.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready for the start of the second half with the score. The Lady Blue Jays 29, the Lady Rams 21. Well, Fred, it's been what we expected, a tight, tough game.
Absolutely, the Rams got to come out. The first 3 minutes here are going to tell you a lot about this game.
Yeah, South River has to cut down on, they've had some turnovers, and they've got to stop Middlesex. Middlesex shooting very well, high percentage shots.
I'm very impressed at the way Middlesex has moved the ball. They'll work the perimeter, cross court, cut to the player inside. Their passing's been right on the money, and that's made a little bit of the difference because the Rams are setting up there, and it's forcing the Rams to rotate around.
And it probably, you'd like to see what happens if Middlesex is chasing. They have to change their style probably if they're chasing. That's the difference.
I always like, as I said earlier, I like where you force the other team to change their style of play.
Exactly.
And right now, Middlesex is forcing the Rams to change their style of play. We knew they would be keying on Harris. We knew they would key on Barry. We were talking about other players starting to pick it up a little bit, getting contribution from them to make it work. 29-21, 8-point differential.
Both teams had scoring from 6 different players. So.
And ironically, the second quarter was even. The big difference of the game, that first quarter for the Rams outscored 15-7. That was one of our keys to the game when we were talking about it earlier. Got to get the consistency. Rams easily put up double digits. You look at it, if you double the scores right now, Rams 42 would be a very low-scoring game for them. 58 would be an extremely high-scoring game for the Blue Jays. Here we go. We're underway for the start of the second half. It appears that we're both squads coming in with their starters. Beckles works the ball for the Blue Jays. Rams playing man. Bring it up to your top of the key. Shot goes up, and here's our first score of the second half. That was Irene Matosis with the 3. Gets it back to the biggest lead of the game. We're back up at 11. 32-21. They have a quick recovery also. There you go. Barry puts it back up, gets the lead down to 9. Work that ball around, shot up, no good, and we got a foul. Foul's going to be on number 4. That's the Andrachik. That'll be her second.
Team's first.
So that's the only player for the Rams with 2 team fouls right now.
Correct.
You got Rosie Guarino going to the line. Should be shooting 2. First one's no good. Second one no good, and a good rebound here by Bass.
South River's got to convert on some of these opportunities.
Barry puts
a
it
nice
up.
Shot.
That's 4 points for her this quarter.
She's got 9.
Players look around, look for a pick. Shot up from the outside for a 3, no good. Bass with another rebound. Gets it over there to Harris, and the Rams will push right back. This is the style of play the Rams played. Now you're playing some Ram ball.
Oh, yes.
Basket's good. Possibility of a 3-point play here. That foul's going to be on number 2. That's going to be Gina Santoro, and that's her 3rd foul. First team foul, but that's makes it real interesting now. Foul shot, no good. Rams dropping back to half court. See if they're going to pick them up. Yeah, it looks like they're playing man once again. Quick rotation of the ball. All the way cross court. Nice ball movement, but
Barry
good hustle.
with a nice job. Smart play.
Pulled it back out, says, look, let's regroup, play our style. 2-on-2. That's
travel.
going to be, no, it's going to be, yeah, I'm going to say double dribble.
Yep.
Starting to get the fans into it. The Rams coming back to life here after being down. They were down by 8. Right now it's a 5-point ball game. Got the ball into the hands of Gabby Harris. She looks around. I'll tell you, the last 3 minutes, they've
Sure
been
enough,
playing,
give it to her, she'll take it.
and
Good job by Barry.
And they've been playing their style of ball. Oh, good hustle. Kept it in bounds. This is Ram ball. This is what they played all year.
Got to get moving. Now watch that 5 seconds.
Work it left side, work it right side. Got it in here to Bass. Turns around with it, no good. Bounced around, look out, here come the Blue Jays. You can see the maturity of the players on that one.
Yep.
Matosas there, pulled it right back out.
Three seconds.
3-second violation. And we get substitutions. I see Jesse Schmidt coming in for the Rams. And I also see number 22. That's going to be Kinston Helmsetter coming in for the Blue Jays.
South River just got to get over this hump.
Got it down to 5 with an opportunity to get it down to a single possession ball game. Shot up, no good. Another
There
one,
you
the
go.
second one is good, and the Rams got it to a 1-possession ball game. 32-29, coming to life here early and quick.
Good work by Bass that time, getting the offensive rebound.
And there it is. Both ends of the boards. This is what the Rams needed. 4:15 on the clock, 32-29. Now you may see a situation, the Rams score one, and you'll get a timeout called by Coach Carlin. There's that little jumper. Didn't go, but guess who's there?
Got it!
No, they're calling before. They said this one was before the shot. Foul's going to be on number 12. That's going to be Tori Schreier. Now it'll be her second and the team's second. So right now it looks like we got Schreier, Beckles with 2 and 3 for Santora.
Got to get Bass more in the game.
Nice touch, got it up. Look at that. Rams have been the ones in control here for the second half. 3:45 on the clock. Scramble for the ball, taken over by the Blue Jays.
Foul.
That's going to be on Gabby Harris.
Be her second. Team second.
Both teams with two team fouls right now. Going to the line for them is going to be number 21.
Christine New.
No good. Second one also no good, but Silva with the rebound. Oh, off the fingertips, trying to move it a little bit too quick. 3:34 to go, 32-29.
Coming in now, number 25. That's Daisha Fulmore.
Beckles inbounds the ball. They look around. Scramble for the ball. It's going to be a travel violation.
They're starting to make some mistakes. South River just has to
And they got to capitalize. It's a combination. Both of the mistake doesn't do you any good unless you can turn that into numbers. Notice how they spread the floor now. Travel violation the other way.
Move their feet.
Rams just not been able to get in there and tie it up yet. It's been a 3-point lead for about the last 2 minutes. 3 minutes left here in the third period. No shot clock, so there's no hurry to have to do it.
Yeah, the takeaway.
Foot race. Barry puts it up, no good, and got knocked out of bounds on that one. Good heads-up play by number 21.
They'll stay with the Lady Rams, though.
That's what they need. Get that over there to Harris. Harris with that little jumper. And it's good.
Gabby got 12.
Art, more importantly, you have a 1-point ball game. They came in from half down by 8.
Going to be a foul. Might be on Silva.
Silva or Barry. That's on Barry.
That's her second. Team's third.
So 2 of the key players for the Rams, Barry and Harris, both with 2 fouls. It was a non-shooting foul. .232 to go. They bring it all the way back. Art, one very important stat right now. Very, very important stat.
Another Bass rebound.
With 2:20 left on the clock, we have a single basket, a 3-pointer for the Blue Jays this entire quarter, and 0 for 4 from the foul line.
The Bass shot is good.
And the Rams come back from an 8-point deficit to now take the lead, 33-32 as we approach the 2-minute mark. And it doesn't drop.
Good job boxing out by Bass that time.
Absolutely. This is where the Rams pick it up a notch to make it work. Stays with the Rams. Art, I'm very impressed. Rams came out like a team on a mission.
Rams are doing to them what they did to them Rams
Absolutely.
in the first quarter.
Absolutely. This is the big difference. Barry and Andrachik. Andrachik puts it up. No good. It's going to be a jump ball.
Stay with
down.
the Rams.
Stays
good
down.
Good job by Bass.
Bass picking it up a notch here in the second half, Art. Very happy to see this. Very happy to see this.
Timeout by Coach Feaster.
And we're at a 33-32 ball game. I said it earlier. They got a single basket. Irene Matosis put up a tray, and that's been it. More importantly, they were 2 for 2 from the foul line, missed their last 4. So whatever it is that happened at halftime, what a difference in these two squads. Rams, big numbers up, 12 points already. 12-3 quarter.
Barry with 9. Gabby Harris with 12. Bass with 5.
Now, we talked earlier, I said to you, I would not surprise.
But I think Bass has had a very good quarter rebounding.
Excellent. It won't show in the books for points, but as far as doing what she had to, offensively and defensively, she's really come on strong under the boards, as she should. She can dominate. She's got that ability.
Nobody with 3 fouls except for
we got
Gina
one player.
Santora.
Exactly.
South River with 3 team fouls and Middlesex with 2.
1:46 left on the clock here in the third period, and the Ram fans have certainly come to life on that last basket by Bass. They get the ball over here to Barry. Barry looks around, puts it up. No good.
Bass with another one. Get in there!
Yeah. It's good. Bass really come, and you look at her smile. She lit up. She's wants the ball now.
She's got 6 points this quarter.
And that's where you want that desire for it. Didn't
Bass
drop.
with another rebound.
What a great quarter she's having.
Steps it up.
Got a 3-on-2.
Perfect pass. Oh, nice play.
That was heads-up play by number 22.
Kirsten Helmstetter.
Stopped the Rams from getting a quick basket there. 1:13 to go, and the Rams right now with a 3-point lead. Mistake the Rams didn't need. Had an opportunity to extend that lead. Substitution. We got Garrett coming in and Barry taking a little breather here. See what the Rams are going to do here.
Use another stop here.
No need to panic by either squad. This is a one-possession ball game. Shot goes up and good for a deuce only. That was number 22, Helmstetter. And we're back to a one-point ball game in favor of the Lady Rams.
Oh, what a play.
Oh, she had her mind set on that one. Back up to 3 with 40 on the clock. No good. Guess who? Aaliyah Bass with another big rebound here.
Oh.
And a takeaway. Needs some help down here for the Lady Rams. Good hustle. And the Rams ultimately come down with it. Clock down to 17. Gabby Harris looked quickly at the clock, knows what she has to do. There's plenty of time. 10 seconds is a lot of time. Got it to the big girl.
Okay, get the foul.
And that foul looks like it's going to be on number 22, which will be Helmstetter, her first. So both squads with 3 team fouls, and that'll send Aaliyah Bass to the line, shooting 2. What a one-quarter turnaround. Wow. Can't get him to drop. Second one is good. So Rams, their biggest lead right here, 4 since early on in the first quarter. She's got to put it up. And this one is no good, so we finished 3 quarters of play. South River Rams prevailing, 38-34. That quarter, all we had was 5 points for the Middlesex squad. Still at 13. Beckles leading all their scorers. 6 apiece for Schwer and for Garino. We still got 3 points for Matosis, 2 points for Izzy, 2 points for Paddock, and 2 points for Helmstetter. And right now they're 2 for 6 from the foul line.
South River's led by Gabby Harris with 14, followed by Alyssa Barry with 9, 8 for Aaliyah Bass, 3 for Mackenzie Garrick, 2 apiece for Andrachik and Silva. They're 3 for 10 from the line.
Big difference, Art. Rams outscored them that quarter 17-5.
Yep.
It was as if the Rams just says, hey, we got to pick it up a notch, and they certainly did. 38-34 in favor of the Rams. If you tuned in late, ladies and gentlemen, what a game. It was 28-21 at halftime in favor of Middlesex, but the Rams put on a real show here, and I got to give all the credit in the world to Aaliyah Bass. She not only controlled but dominated both the offense and defensive boards. Here's where fouls are going to come into play for both squads. Can hear the fans cheering on the Lady Rams. Good crowd here today. They inbound the ball right away to Matosis. Matosis is an excellent three-point shooter. It's almost as if they're getting a little gun shy. Look at that, Andrachik with the ball. Gives it back over to Harris, and here come the Rams trying to extend their lead. Just over her head. And Coach Feaster again, slow down, relax, relax. (38-34), 7:20 on the clock. Middlesex just not quite as sharp as they were. Shot up for a deuce. That one's good. Basket on that one in by number 2, Gina Santora. And we're at 7 minutes to go with a single possession, 2-point ball game. Got a big height differential here. You got Santora on Aaliyah Bass.
Offensive
and
foul.
And that's a big one because that's going to be her
Number
third
3.
foul. 6:50 on the clock. Middlesex works for that open player. They dish it off. Shot goes up. No good. Rebound by the Lady Rams. Barry with the ball, and she's going to push it up court. Then slows it down once they get over midcourt. Under 6.5 left to play. Winner of this game, we talked about it earlier, will be playing the winner of the Nellen Monroe game, anticipated to be number 2 seed. That game will be on Saturday. Got this to Harris. She dishes it back out. Shot goes up, no good.
There she is.
Oh, once again, Aaliyah Bass having a career game here today. 40-36, under 6 to play.
There she goes again.
5:50 on the clock.
This is a different team for South River in the second half.
Different team. Great talk by Coach Feaster or whoever it was in that locker room.
Boom.
Oh, Gabby Harris with a quick deuce, and we got a 6-point lead, and we're 5.5 left to play in this game. From the outside, puts up for a 3, no good.
There she is.
Once again, and here come the Lady Rams. Gabby Harris with the jumper, doesn't get the bounce. It's going to be over the back.
That's only Bass's second.
That's okay. With the way she's been playing, I'll take that anytime. What she got for points right now? She's double digits?
She's got 10.
Okay.
Harris with 16. Barry with 9.
Barry just went out. Schmidt came in for her, Jessie Schmidt. 5 on